Welcome to the DesignHER Masterclass. I am your hostess with the mostest, Candy the Creative, and in this masterclass, I'm going to be explaining everything you need to know to have a successful journey as a freelance graphic designer. So, if you're a newbie to this, or you're someone who's possibly looking to turn it into a side hustle or go full time with it, this is the masterclass for you. Okay? So, disclaimer, nothing in this video that I mention or may mention is sponsored. There's no affiliate links in the description box. I'm just here to put you on. That is it. That is all. So, do me a favor and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up because it helps push it through the algorithm and tells YouTube that other people want to see this video just as much as you want to see this video, okay? So this masterclass is for you if you want to learn about design outside of just designing, if you are ready to start your design business, if you are looking for a way to make passive income or turn it into a side hustle possibly, if you're totally confused on even where to start within all of this, or you just want to learn more about the business side of design, because whether you like it or not, you are creative first, but you are a business owner, okay? So we're going to go over these three main topics here, and that is intro to design. So you're just going to get a solid foundation of everything you need to know on the design side of things, branding and marketing. So basically how to brand and market yourself as a designer and how to work with clients as well, and business basics, just the basic information you need to know on the business side when it comes to design. And be sure to watch this entire video before you ask any questions, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to answer it. But in case I don't answer your question, go ahead and ask it below in the comment section and I will be sure to answer it. So I wanted to introduce myself just a little to the people who may be 100% new. My name is Candy. I am the creative genius behind everything on this channel and then some. I'm from the good Tar Heel state of North Carolina, and I'm a natural born creative. I'm self-taught in just about everything. And how I got my start in entrepreneurship is I ran a body oil business first. Well, it was a shimmer oil, but anyways, besides the point, I ran that first, and that kind of snowballed into where we are today. A fun fact about me, I do not like pickles. Another fun fact, I love cucumbers. Go figure. So here's my timeline, just a little bit about how we got here. In March 2019, I was doing makeup. I have lived 1,000 lives, so please bear with me here. But I was doing makeup and I needed business cards to hand out. So I made some and I posted them on social media because I was very proud of how they turned out. I had ordered them from Vistaprint and I was just so happy how they turned out. And people were like, oh my God, who did them? And I was like, me. And they were like, oh my gosh, can you do mine? And I'm like, sure. And they were like, oh my gosh, well, how much? And I was like, $30. Everything was $30 back then, $30 to $50, right? So I ended up quitting my retail job because makeup had picked up, and so did taking designs, and it was able to carry me pretty much through like that summer. And I was taking like all orders and everything like primarily through Facebook. What a time. September 2019, I missed retail, so I went back to retail because I love retail. Honestly, I still think about going back to retail right now. I love retail. I love working in retail. Shout out all my retail girlies. It has its ups and downs, but I genuinely loved it. But the job I was working was stressing me out to the point where I almost passed out from a migraine. So I quit December 24th, 2019, Christmas Eve to be exact. And I went out and partied New Year's. I partied my entire check away. I was in the negatives. I was like $30 in the negatives. And I was like, I need to get it together. And I got on it and I got it together. And so fast forward to January 2022, I decided I was going to start a YouTube channel because I felt like I had a lot of knowledge and information to share that I've learned over the years. And I wanted people to avoid a lot of mistakes that I had made. So I did just that. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job at helping people avoid a lot of mistakes and giving out free game. Fast forward to 2024. I ended up working with Wix twice in 1 year, and I also did a rebrand, a whole 180. So if you are OG, you knew me from when I was like Candy Kisses, I literally love you deep down. Wait, like I will forever love you. Okay, it's been a ride, it's been a journey. All right. And this is some of my work from when I was Candy Kisses Designs. But I wanted to show some of these old designs just so you can see if you are a newbie that, we all start somewhere. Your favorite designer, I don't care how many years they have under their belt, they all started somewhere and they all probably have designs that look like this or worse. Who knows? Because a lot of us just kind of wipe the internet of it. But I just wanted to show that, you are not alone. We all start somewhere. So give yourself grace while you are on this journey, as you find your design style and, what works for you, etc. So, firstly, we have intro to design. So, what is design? Design is about arranging visuals, text, and layouts to communicate messages or solve problems through creativity and technical skills. The importance of design is it shapes how we perceive and interact with the world. So it enhances communication, simplifies complex ideas, improves user experience, and influences emotions and decisions. And your role as a designer is to visually communicate ideas using elements like typography, color, and layout. All right. So here are the fundamentals of design, and I really wanted to put these first because I feel this is the very first thing you need to get familiar with as a designer. Are these fundamentals right here. If you need to pause and screenshot, if you need to pause and write this down, whatever it is you need to do, go ahead and do that because I'm telling you now, these right here, if you never go against any of these, you will never have a bad design. Point blank, period. All right. I wanted to showcase a visual representation of each fundamental of design. So we have hierarchy, balance, emphasis, proximity, contrast, white space, repetition, and alignment. Now, from my own experience, just my eye that because I be on Instagram lurking, I see a lot of the design girlies. The main mistake I see people make is contrast and white space. Let your design breathe. Give it that white space. Give it that negative space. It's okay to not fill up the entire design. It's okay, I promise. In contrast, listen, if I can't even see the colors against each other, it's hurting my eyes or whatever, like, how is somebody going to be able to read the information they need or whatever? Like, please, 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 please keep those two. If I had to choose, I'll say top three, I'll say in hierarchy. Those three right there, please keep that in mind when you are designing, all right? But again, if you never go against any of these, again, you'll never have a bad design. So next I wanted to share the font families. Now, these are not the only font families, but I feel these are the 4 most popular font families that I think you need to get familiar with. If I was just talking to somebody new, right? You're new. You need to get familiar with these 4 right here. So we have serif, sans serif, slate serif, and script or calligraphy, interchangeable. All right. And keep in mind that although you may find a lot of fonts that are beautiful from all of these families, every font will not cater to every audience. Point blank, period. Don't make the rules. I'm so sorry about it, okay? Next, we have color psychology. So color psychology, my favorite. It's my favorite aspect of design. Like, I can never get tired of color. I can never get tired of talking about color. But color psychology, please get familiar with color psychology as well, because I feel like because people aren't familiar with this is why contrast, they make the mistakes they do with contrast when it comes to the fundamentals of design. But anywho, colors evoke emotions and help people subconsciously make decisions. And before you say, no, they don't, they absolutely do. You need to take a deep dive, okay? I can't get into it too deeply in this video here, but please do your homework in color psychology because there's a reason that all fast food uses the primary colors. Next time you're out, just pay attention, okay? They also help to convey a message with you, the person behind the brand, without you having to speak, right? So without you speaking, what do you want your brand to say to potential clients? It's that simple. I know a lot of people love to go just immediately for their favorite colors, but as much as it is about you in a sense, and it is good to put a little bit of you into your branding, please keep in mind who you're talking to. If you're going to talk to people who are just like you, then okay. But if not, keep that in mind as well. All right. Next, we have stock photos. So stock photos are high quality pre-shot images available for use in design projects. Now, I have a photo here that says selling the product, and then the photo beside it says selling the results. I wanted to show you the difference and the importance of having good stock photos. Now, I'm not saying either photo is wrong, okay? To have the one that's selling the product is totally bad. You never want to do that. No, I'm not saying that. But having good quality stock photos and or professional photos from your clients to be able to sell the results is going to get them that return on interest that they're looking for every single time. Now, there are royalty-free stock photos that are available on the internet. You have to do the homework. All right. One thing about being a designer, I'm going to tell you right now, you can't be lazy. You got to get up and you got to search. Okay. If you're going to be lazy, it's not for you. Next, we have mock-ups. Mock-ups are realistic representation of designs applied to products, websites, or other contexts to showcase how they appear in the real world. So the truth of the matter is, as a designer, you have a different eye, you have a different brain. Okay. Now you may look at a design, you may look at a font or a color or whatever and see how it all works. You can see it in your head. You can see it come to life in your head. The average everyday person can't do that. Even if they come to you and say like, oh, I have the vision, I have whatever, a lot of times they don't have the vision the way you may have the vision, or you can help them formulate a vision. Okay. So mock-ups I feel are super important. I feel like mock-ups and stock photos kind of go hand in hand, because not only do the stock photos provide, like I said, selling the product, like they bring a certain vision to life. The the mock-ups bring the design to life. So just putting the two together, like, you can never fail, okay? Again, just like the stock photos, there are a plethora of free mock-ups on the internet. Do your homework. If you don't want to do your homework, this is not the field for you. Softwares. We have Adobe and we have Affinity Designer. Now, everybody knows Adobe is the industry standard, and if you don't know, now you do. It has Photoshop. It has Illustrator. It has InDesign. It has a Creative Cloud. So many different things. A lot of times, if you work with more high end clients, they're probably going to ask you for some type of Adobe file, Photoshop file, and or Illustrator file, something like that. Now, Affinity Designer, I wanted to present her to you because it is a cost-effective alternative. Has a lot of similar tools, and you can export similar files as Adobe. But again, you cannot have like an Adobe, like an Illustrator file from Affinity. You can't. Now, can you use Canva and be considered a designer? I say yes and no, but here's why. So I say yes. You can use Canva to design things like flyers, thank you cards, and even website banners. And you can share them with your clients so they're able to edit them whenever they need. Adobe, you could get Adobe and make the worst designs that someone has ever seen. You can get Canva and make the best. So that's why I will always say yes. No, I will say no, although Canva is a very useful tool. You're limited in certain areas, and when it comes to design. So I wouldn't recommend designing things like a complete brand or a logo or in Canva. You just will have copyright issues, etc. Like, it's better off to do those type of things on an Adobe or even an Affinity. Affinity Designer is a one-time payment thing versus Adobe where you pay monthly. And please be careful, because you will get trapped in that Adobe contract, because it's like, listen, Adobe, get it together. But anyways, so yeah, I feel like if you are starting out, you're someone new, and you are just trying to get your feet wet with design, I highly, highly, highly recommend starting with Canva. Just start with Canva, get yourself, familiar with like the fundamentals of design, how it works, how to like placement, all that. And then, start trying to take steps towards Adobe or Affinity, because even for me in the beginning, just trying to hop into Adobe was very overwhelming. But yeah, so I have a series called Design Decoded, and this playlist is currently on my channel, where I pretty much go over everything that I just went through in this section in detail. They all have their own videos. Plus, I have a file types video for graphic designer that explain all the files and like which files you need to send to your clients, etc. So yeah, be sure to check that out. That'll be linked down below in the description box as well. All right. So next, we're going over to branding and marketing. So what is your brand? Your brand is your business's identity, including its values, missions, and how you want to be perceived, right? It's just think of it as the face. Okay. What is marketing? So your marketing is going to be how you promote and communicate your brand to your audience through strategies like ads, social media, and content creation. Now, this is how I break it down for real. Your brand is you. Let's just say you trying to get your man to get you, I don't know, you trying to make him go to a sip and paint. He don't want to do no sip and paint. He like, nah, girl, I ain't going to no sip and paint, girl. I don't know what you got going on, whatever. Now, in your mind, you like, I'm finna convince him to do this sip and paint with me because I want to spend time with my boo. Like, I want to do this with my boo. I don't want to do this with my girls. I want to do this with you, boo. Okay, so your brand is you, your face, your body, your outfit. You put your good smelling perfume on, whatever. You get real cute, right? You wait for him to come home, and then you gonna sweet talk him. In the words of my mama, you gonna put that talk game on him, okay? That's your marketing. Now you gotta talk sweet some, oh baby, oh baby this, oh baby, oh honey, you so handsome, whatever you gotta say to convince him to try to what? Do the sip and paint. The sip and paint is conversion. So basically you're trying to make a sale, right? Right. See how simple that is? You see how easy that is? Right? That's pretty much all branding and marketing is. So branding, again, it's going to be these core things right here. Your brand identities. It's going to be like your logo, your website, your brand's voice, personality, just like the long-term vision, trust. You're building trust with your audience, etc. And then you have marketing, social media, strategies, content, posts, TikTok, whatever it is. Okay? Whatever it is. And I put the heart in the middle because it's literally like that. It's just put the two together and you have an entire heart, aka your business is pumping. All right. So your personal branding is very important too. So I wanted to include this as well because I feel like a lot of people underestimate the power of a personal brand within your business, even as a freelance graphic designer. So your personal branding is a process of defining and promoting yourself as a unique individual, highlighting your skills, your values, your expertise, and even your personality. Listen, your personality is a bank. You're sitting on a bank. I promise you. I promise you, your personality probably will make you more money than you will ever believe, but you got to show it first, all right? And people want to buy from people. If they want to buy from a big box company, we can go to Target. We can Instacart Target. Okay? We don't have to do that with you. Don't be a robot. You're not a robot. You're not AI. You are a human. You have emotions. You have ups and downs. You have real things going on. Show that. Show that. And doing so, it also helps with building trust outside of just showing that you are smart, you know what you're doing, you're fast, you're quick, you're reliable, whatever it is. It helps you build trust and credibility and influence. And honestly, people will simply want to work with you just to work with you because they like who you are. All right. So next, we have target audience. What is your target audience? Your target audience is a specific group of people that you choose to focus your marketing efforts on. So they're going to be tailored to, tailored for the product or the service that you offer in this particular case. Well, you could offer digital products. So we'll say product and service. This group shares common characteristics such as age, gender, location, interests, or behaviors, making them more likely to engage with what you offer. Understanding your target audience helps you tailor your marketing strategies, messaging, and products to meet their needs and preferences, ensuring more effective communication and higher engagement. Okay, so why is your target audience important? It's crucial to know who you're speaking to and how to communicate with them. If you're trying to reach everyone, you're likely reaching no one. If you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. I don't care who you are. Get your head out your butt and realize that you need to talk to a specific group of people, period. And some things to keep in mind when you are creating your target audience: gender, age, location, income, lifestyle. If you need to make your target audience, it's actually recommended to make an avatar. So make a person, create a person of who, if you had to describe the perfect customer, who would it be? And write it down: the age, where they work, what they do, what music they listen to, do they get their nails done, do they like getting their hair done, they like wigs, clip-ins, braids. Get so specific that you can literally close your eyes and visualize this person. There's your target audience. All right, so once you have that down packed, you know who you're talking to. Now you're going to go over to the funnel plan. So a funnel plan, in graphic design at least, is a strategic approach to guide potential clients through a journey from discovering your work to making a purchase and or hiring. So it typically involves creating engaging content and visuals at each stage of the funnel. So at the beginning, we have create awareness. Next, we have consideration and you're building trust. Third, we have conversion and then building loyalty. Okay, this is designed to attract, educate, and convert leads into loyal clients. All right. Once you understand exactly who you're talking to, this part right here will be so easy because you're going to know exactly how to talk to these people because you know who you're talking to. So I think it's very important to do target audience before you hop over to your funnel plan, because the funnel plan is going to be what it's going to be. All right. So next we have email marketing. So email marketing is the practice of sending targeted messages to a group of people via email to build relationships, promote products or services, and drive conversion. So it allows businesses to stay connected with their audience, share valuable content, and encourage repeat engagement, whether through newsletter, promotional offers, or personalized updates. Okay. When you are, we're going to go back for a second. When you are creating that awareness in that funnel, while you're doing that, you're going to be wanting to get those emails. So you can do this right here. So you can promote to them. So you can send them newsletters and send them special offers. Thank you for signing up. Here's 10% off. Here's a freebie. Here's this free thing for the month, whatever it is. Like Creative Market, they do I think it's Creative Market, the free fonts every month. Yeah. Okay. Keep that in mind. So here are 3 popular email marketing platforms that I personally would recommend to people who are just starting out. Let's just say you don't have a website, because if you go through Wix, you have the option to work within their system. Shopify, I'm not sure. I believe it's the same. But if not, if you're just someone who you don't have a website right now, again, you're just starting out, you only have a little budget, choose one of these 3 right here. Okay. So next we are going to talk about the business basics. First things first, before we go any further, I need you to know your worth. All right. As a designer, it is essential to recognize the value that you bring to the table. Your creativity, skill, and experience are unique assets that deserve fair compensation. So by understanding your worth, setting your boundaries, and confidently pricing your services, you establish respect for your craft and ensure you're compensated appropriately for your time and expertise. And in other words, your price is your price. It's not up for debate. When you say your price, you are saying that is a complete sentence. That is not a question. So don't debate it with anyone. Do not go back and forth with people about it. What is there to go back and forth about? Okay. At the end of the day, if somebody thinks they can find somebody cheaper, they feel like they can find somebody to do, let them. I promise you, any customer or potential client, should I say, that will speak to you in that way, you don't need that headache in your life anyway. So I need you to know your worth. Okay? Okay. Next, time management and organization. Please, 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 please. Stay organized. Stay as organized as you can. There's no such thing as being too organized, especially when it comes to this, when you're working with clients and all these files and information in this form and that form. Stay organized, okay? If you need to write everything down every single day, if you need to have a specific notepad where you write your little notes, your ideas, and whatever it is so you don't lose things, do that. But you need to stay organized. I promise you, you'll end up spending more time trying to get organized than it would have took just the first time around just to organize things out and keep track of things, all right? And time management. Listen, treat it like a 9 to 5. If you're going to go full time with it, treat it like a 9 to 5. Have a cutoff time. Don't be working till 3 a.m, sacrificing sleep, and I'm on a roll, and I understand you don't know who you're talking to here. Okay, I have stayed up 24 plus hours before. It's not worth it. I promise you, it is not worth it. You better get your rest. Rest is a necessity. It's not a luxury. It is not a gift. It is a necessity for your body. If you do not rest, your body will make you rest. And the last thing you want is your body to sit you down, because it will sit you down in ways that you will never imagine, all right? Don't burn out, especially for this right here. You need your mind. If you do not have your mind, you cannot create, okay? Point blank period. I don't want to get too, I'm trying to not get too in my auntie bag right now, but it's just like this, I need to stress. Like, rest is essential. You need to rest. You're not a robot, okay? Okay, so not so shameless plug. If you struggle with getting organized and or you're a designer, you're a newbie designer, you're just like, I don't know how to get organized. I got something for you. The Designer Hub 2.0, all right? So in this Designer Hub 2.0 is created in Notion. If you're like, what's Notion? Don't you worry, don't you worry. I have a dashboard walkthrough video within the Notion Hub. So once you purchase it, it'll look like this on your screen. You go right down. You see where it says frequently asked questions over there to the right all the way down, and it says how do I navigate my portal. You click that and you can go ahead and watch the walkthrough, so you get a complete walkthrough top to bottom of everything within this. So you'll see how to add pages, change, like all that. Okay, so you will have no questions once that video is done. Right. You have a project tracker and a client portal within the dashboard walkthrough as well. You see how to navigate that, how to edit that, whatever, how to find everything. A website design checklist if you want to work on websites and you don't know what to ask for beforehand from clients. That's there for you. 91 reusable social media content ideas. That's 3 months. 3 months. It's 3 months. Reusable. So you pretty much will just recycle it throughout the year. You don't have to think. All 91 are different, okay? You have a client onboarding, a revision and offboarding forms. So you have forms set up where you just send a link over to your client via email. They fill out whatever. Bada bing, bada boom. You can get them in the system, get them in your system, your project tracker with ease. You can get them out with ease, all right? 125 resources and links and free downloads. Listen, it took me months to build that up. Go appreciate it, okay? Thank you. Automated forms built right in. Again, forms that I have created that you can go ahead and just send the link to your clients. Let them fill it out. The information is right there. Everything will be right there within your project tracker, so you will be able to stay organized. 100%, okay? A color essential page. Y'all know I love color. Y'all know I love color, and I need y'all to love it too. I need y'all to love color and understand it, because color is the key. Color is really the key. It's the key. And then finally, I have 28 copy and paste email templates from project approval, project denial, to email automations. If you want to automate your business, if you're building a website for your design business right now, and you want to again have the abandoned cart emails. I mean, you name it, it's in there. Again, all you have to do is watch that dashboard walkthrough. It'll walk you through everything. You'll be able to find everything, learn how to work everything within probably like 20 minutes. I forgot how long the video is, but yeah, so go ahead. The Designer Hub will be linked in the description box. All right, so next we have pricing yourself. So I have two options here. You're not limited to two, but these are two that I just highly recommend, especially if you are a newcomer in the design world. For one, you can always have a set price for all services and your add-ons. So a rule of thumb that I always used was add up the expenses it costs to run your business and make sure that nothing on your website is under that number. So if you get at least one order a month, that you're able to pay your business bills. So example, if it costs you $80 a month to pay for your software, apps, everything like that, then nothing on your website should be under $90, because you got to remember, payment processor is going to take its little fee. So you want to bump it up just a little bit, so that way you can, pay that and not have to worry about that. All right. So option number 2, people call it taking commission. So you can have an hourly wage and quote unquote take commission. So example, your hourly rate is $25. And if you are creating a brand suite, so on average it takes you about 6 hours, then your price will be $150. You go ahead and give them that quote and create a contract, take full deposit, full payment or deposit, and go about it how you want to. All right. Very simple, very easy. Like, don't overcomplicate it, but just, again, know your worth, be realistic, and yeah. So disclaimer, the following information is not legal advice, but it reflects what has worked for me for legal matters. Always consult with a professional to ensure you're following the correct laws and regulations for your business within your state. Within your state, every state is different, okay? First things first, we have contracts and policies. Contracts and clear policies on your website and in your contracts, like your policies within your contracts, are your best protection. Contracts have saved me. I've only had 3 disputes, and I've won 2 based off of contracts, okay? And my policies being very clear. Some people will try to finesse you. It is true. It is part of the game. Just go ahead and get ready for it. Just go ahead, and if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You see how that works? Use a contract to start the project and another to finalize the contract. So another to finalize the project or the work. So That way you are covered. If you have never heard of it, it's called a completion of service contract. So once you are done with the design work, before you release the final files, you have sent over the completion of contract. Completion of service. You send it over, they sign it. Once they sign it, you have it for your files. You go ahead and put it over in your, again, because we're organized. You put it over there and you organize the little bin, and then you release the files. And that completion of service contract could say whatever you wanted to say, that this client is satisfied. They acknowledge that they will not be able to make any more changes. Whatever it is that you want to make sure that the client knows and understands that, hey, these are the final designs. I won't be making any changes. You are satisfied. You're agreeing. You're letting me know that you're satisfied. You won't be changing your mind. People, listen, people try to, that whole buyer's remorse thing with you. It's real, okay? People will make you do all the work in time that you cannot get back, and then try to take their money back. Don't let them take their money back, at least not without a fight, all right? So a dispute versus a chargeback. A dispute occurs when a customer challenges a charge or transaction, often due to dissatisfaction with the product or service, or because they believe there was an error in the transaction. It usually begins when the customer contacts their payment provider to report an issue. A chargeback is a type of dispute initiated by the customer through their bank or credit card company to reverse a payment. This can happen for reasons like fraud, non-delivery of goods, or a transaction the customer didn't approve. See how the non-delivery of goods, that's why it's important to have that completion of service contract, because it's your proof that, hey, I did my part. But in short, a dispute is the start of the process, and a chargeback is the result if the dispute is resolved in the customer's favor. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, getting a dispute is inevitable. I'm so sorry. It happens to the best of us. So here are a couple tips on how you can win said dispute when that day comes, because don't let nobody play with you, because I'm going to assume that you're a good person and you're not playing with them, all right? First, keep a detailed record of everything. That is why it's important to stay organized, because you want to make sure that you have a record of everything. Keep things in the email. If you're going to do phone calls or if you're going to do Zoom, record them. Let them know that, you're going to be recording this for legal purposes, because I know some states it is illegal to record somebody without their consent, whether they are admitting to a crime or whatever or not. Let them know you're going to record it. If they're not comfortable with that, talk to them via email only, point blank period. Remember, it is business. It is not personal. I don't care how nice they come off. I don't care how reliable, loyal, whatever it is. It is business. Okay? Okay. Respond promptly. So as soon as somebody sends over, or as soon as you get the notification of a dispute, send them an email. This is what I did. Send them an email and just be like, hey, I saw I got a dispute. What's going on? What's up? What's up with you? Like, come on, let's talk. If they don't respond, that's above you. But you will have that proof that you tried to, resolve the issue with the client or the customer, right? Next, provide strong evidence. Again, this is why it's important to keep track of everything, to stay organized. Don't delete anything if you don't have to. If you have the space to save it, save it. Save it for like a year, so that way you're able to submit proof that everything was legitimate on your end. You did what you're supposed to do, point blank period. Having clear terms and policies. So if you have if you have no refund, if you have no return, whatever it is, it needs to be crystal clear on your website. I actually make sure that I have it multiple places on my website. I have it in my contract. I have it where they initial that they acknowledge this and they are agreeing and understand that moving forward, this is what it is. So you can do that as well. You can also have that in the completion of service contract, that you are satisfied. You will not be asking for a refund. Like, you're not getting a refund because you got your design work, point blank period. Like, don't bother me with that, maintaining good communication. I mean, you just do the best you can. You can't force somebody to respond. If they respond, they respond. If they don't, they don't. But just have good communication on you, and don't cuss nobody out. I know it's hard because I be wanting to do it sometimes too. Don't cuss nobody out, okay? Because you need that proof to be in your favor, right? And lastly, using a chargeback protection. So some payment processors offer this. So do your research when you are selecting your payment processor, right? If that is something that you want. Lastly, I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm not giving you legal advice. This is not legal advice, okay? But if you go to the IRS website and go to the page with starting a business, and follow the steps, or just read all the information, I mean, you can go ahead and form either LLC or a sole proprietorship for your business, whichever one works for you. I'm in no position to give legal advice. So what I will say is to go to this website and to read irs.gov, not irs.com, anything other than, if it don't look like this, get away from it. It's a scam. But after reading and doing your research, select what works best for you. Don't get caught up in the LLC hype. Because if it does not work for you, if you feel like you won't get the right benefits or whatever, and a sole proprietorship works better for you, do that. Okay, that is why I'm just kind of like, I don't want to give you like net solid advice here, or just be like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Do what works for you, because different strokes for different folks. All right. And lastly, take care of your mental health. Your brain, your health is wealth. And when we're talking about health, we mean overall, not just physical, your mental as well. What good is great physical health if your mental is in the trash? And the reality is, to be in this line of business, you have to have your brain clear as much as possible, because you use a lot of brain power when you are, trying to think of design work and creating designs. So take care of your brain. Okay? All right, so if you made it all the way through this video, first of all, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you for joining me during this master class. And I wanted to give you $10 off the Designer Hub. So the first 25 people, in honor of 2025, the first 25 people will get $10 off with the code DHUB10OFF. And follow me on Instagram, because I may do, like a flash sale on this or anything like that. You don't want to miss it, just in case you are coming later on along the line. 25 people have already made that purchase. So yeah, it's available on my website. Again, it will be linked down below. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to connect with me on social media. All my handles are going to be Candy the Creative, Pinterest, like everything is Candy the Creative. And if you would like to book me, or if you would like to have like a one-on-one with me and pick my brain, a brand consultation, anything like that, or pricing for all my services, my digital products, etc., just go over to my website, www.candithecreative.com. And yeah, so I wish you the best on your design journey. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. And happy creating. Mwah.